It's a curious thing, a can of Coke. You see it everywhere, on billboards, in films, in the hands of smiling people on television. It's more than just a drink, it's a symbol. It promises happiness, togetherness, a moment of refreshment. You might be holding one right now, feeling the cool condensation on your palm. But when you peel back that shiny red label, what do you really find? I've always been drawn to these phenomena, the things we take for granted, the things so embedded in our culture we stop questioning them. Coca-Cola feels like the ultimate example. It's the wallpaper of our lives, so present, it's almost invisible. That's where the interesting stuff often lies, in plain sight. I wanted to understand what exists behind this carefully constructed image of pure joy. It's a multi-billion-dollar empire built on brown, fizzy water. How does that happen? It's a story of clever chemistry, masterful marketing, and a few uncomfortable truths the company would probably rather you didn't dwell on. We're often told a simple origin, a pharmacist, a tasty drink, the world falls in love. But the reality is far more complex. It touches public health and global politics. It's a journey into the heart of modern capitalism, where perception is everything and the product is only part of the story. It all started in a rather unassuming way. The year was 1886. In Atlanta, Georgia, a pharmacist named Dr. John Stith Pemberton was tinkering in his backyard. He was a veteran, wounded in the Civil War and addicted to morphine. He was searching for a morphine-free alternative, a nerve tonic. He mixed together a concoction of cola nuts which provided a jolt of caffeine and coca leaf extracts. Yes, that's right, coca leaves, the source of cocaine. He mixed this syrup with carbonated water at a local pharmacy, and people seemed to like it. They said it was excellent. His bookkeeper, Frank M. Robinson, came up with the name Coca-Cola and penned the iconic script logo we still see today. It was sold for 5 cents a glass as a patent medicine, a brain tonic that could cure headaches and relieve exhaustion. The timeline rapidly accelerates from there. In 1888, just before his death, Pemberton sold his remaining stake to a businessman named Asa G. Candler. This is where things really took off. Candler was a marketing genius. He saw its potential not as medicine but as a refreshing beverage. By the 1890s, he had plastered the Coca-Cola logo on everything from calendars to clocks. By 1895, the drink was being sold in every state in the US. The original formula contained a small but notable amount of cocaine. This was quietly removed in 1903, a fact the company isn't keen to advertise today. The focus shifted entirely to refreshment, and the famous contoured bottle was introduced in 1916 to distinguish it from a growing crowd of imitators. The 20th century saw Coca-Cola go from a national favorite to a global icon. You don't become the most recognized brand on earth by accident, it takes a plan. And Coca-Cola's plan has always been about selling a feeling, not a product. From the very beginning, Asa Candler understood this. He wasn't just selling a fizzy drink, he was selling refreshment, a pause in the day. He gave away coupons for free samples, a novel idea at the time. He wanted everyone to have their first taste, to get them hooked on the experience. The marketing wasn't just about the taste, it was about creating a ritual. The pause that refreshes became a national catchphrase. It was a simple, powerful idea. Whatever you're doing, a Coke makes it better. This laid the foundation for a century of emotional advertising. As we moved into the age of mass media, Coca-Cola was right there, shaping the landscape. Think of those classic Norman Rockwell-style paintings from the 1930s and 40s. They showed wholesome, happy, all-American families sharing a Coke. It wasn't about the ingredients, it was about belonging, family, and simple pleasures. Then came television, and the jingles. It's the real thing. I'd like to buy the world a Coke. That 1971 Hilltop commercial with a diverse group of young people singing in harmony is perhaps the pinnacle of this strategy. It brilliantly positioned Coca-Cola not as an American drink, but as a global symbol of peace and unity. It's incredibly clever. You're not just quenching your thirst, you're participating in a global movement of happiness. For all the talk of happiness and global harmony, there's a rather stark reality at the bottom of the can. A single 12-ounce can of classic Coca-Cola contains about 39 grams of sugar. That's roughly 10 teaspoons. It's a staggering amount. To put it in perspective, the National Health Service in the UK recommends no more than 30 grams of free sugars a day for an adult. So, one can of Coke takes you well over your daily limit. It's not a treat, it's a significant dose of sugar, and our bodies have to process it. The immediate effect is a spike in blood sugar, followed by a rush of insulin from the pancreas. It's a shock to the system. The long-term health consequences of this kind of consumption are now well documented, and they paint a grim picture. A consistent intake of sugary drinks like Coca-Cola is strongly linked to a host of public health crises. Well, to diabetes, obesity, heart disease, tooth decay, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. When you repeatedly flood your body with sugar, your cells can become resistant to insulin, leading to dangerously high blood sugar levels. Liquid calories don't satisfy hunger in the same way solid food does. It's very easy to consume hundreds of extra calories a day from sodas without feeling full, leading directly to weight gain. This isn't a fringe theory, it's a consensus view held by major health organizations across the world. It seems a bit odd, doesn't it? A company selling a product tied to obesity and diabetes is also one of the biggest sponsors of major sporting events. Coca-Cola plus Olympic rings plus FIFA trophy. Coca-Cola has been a partner of the Olympic Games since 1928. They are a fixture at the FIFA World Cup. Elite athlete symbols of peak physical health used as a backdrop to sell a sugary drink. This is not an accident, it's a deliberate, effective marketing strategy. Health washing. Brand associated with health, fitness, athletic excellence creates a subconscious link, neutralizes negative health messages. This strategy goes deeper. Funded scientific research formed partnerships with health organizations. 2016 investigation, millions to universities and public health groups. Funded research often downplayed diet and sugary drinks, emphasized lack of physical exercise instead. Message: it's not what you're drinking, it's that you're not moving enough. They funded front groups. Example: Global Energy Balance Network, GEBN. Promoted exercise over calories message. Led by influential scientists, giving credibility. Exposed by the New York Times, revealed Coca-Cola as primary backer. GEBN disbanded amid controversy, a tactic straight from the tobacco playbook. These illusions are everywhere. They are masters of distraction, their canvas is our culture. Coca-Cola branded recycling bin, image of environmental responsibility, but major plastic polluter. So what exactly is in this iconic red can? If we strip away the marketing, the history, the controversy, what are the basic building blocks of Coca-Cola? The recipe is famously a trade secret, supposedly locked away in a vault in Atlanta. But the main ingredients are listed right there on the label for everyone to see. The primary ingredient, making up about 90% of the drink, is carbonated water. It's just water with carbon dioxide gas dissolved into it, which is what gives it the fizz. The second ingredient is the sweetener. In most of the world, this is simply sugar, sucrose. In the United States, it's typically high fructose corn syrup. Whether it's sucrose or high fructose corn syrup, it's the sheer quantity that's the issue. A single can contains around 10 teaspoons of the stuff. The distinctive dark brown color comes from caramel color E150D. This additive has been the subject of some controversy itself. The process of creating it can produce a compound called 4-methylimidazole or 4-MeI. 4-MeI has been listed by California's Proposition 65 as a possible carcinogen. The natural flavors are where the big secret lies. This is the part of the formula that includes the fabled blend of oils and extracts from plants. Finally, we have phosphoric acid. This is what gives Coca-Cola its sharp, tangy bite and also acts as a preservative. It's a powerful acid. You may have seen videos online of people using Coke to clean rust off a car bumper. The phosphoric acid is what's doing the work. It's a feat of chemical engineering, designed for maximum palatability and shelf life. So, after peeling back the label, what have we found? It's a story of remarkable success, but it's a success that comes with a heavy price. The legacy of Coca-Cola is a paradox. On one hand, it's a testament to the power of branding, a global unifier that has provided moments of pleasure to billions. But there is another, darker legacy that cannot be ignored. The company's business model has been a significant contributor to global epidemics of obesity and type 2 diabetes. In the end, Coca-Cola holds up a mirror to our modern world. It reflects our desires for simple pleasures, our susceptibility to sophisticated marketing. The shiny red can is a symbol of global capitalism in all its glory and all its failings. It's a story of a simple product that became a complex problem. The choice remains ours, but it is a choice we should make with our eyes wide open, fully aware of what's really inside the can and the vast, powerful machine that put it in our hands.